Hi, I'm Rachel, Teen Services Manager, and I wanted to talk about the Truly Devious series by Maureen Johnson. This is the second book in the series. I don't have the first book cover to show you because I checked these out on Hoopla. The entire series is available on Hoopla. I want to read you a quick description about the book. New York Times bestselling author Maureen Johnson weaves a delicate tale of murder and mystery in the first book of a striking new series, perfect for fans of Agatha Christie and E. Lockhart. Ellingham Academy is a famous private school in Vermont for the brightest thinkers, inventors, and artists. It was founded by Albert Ellingham, an early 20th century tycoon who wanted to make a wonderful place full of riddles, twisting pathways, and gardens, a place where he said, learning is a game. Shortly after the school opened, his wife and daughter were kidnapped. The only real clue was a mocking riddle listing methods of murder signed with frightening pseudonyms. Truly Devious. It became one of the great unsolved crimes of American history. True crime aficionado Stevie Bell is set to begin her first year at Ellingham Academy, and her ambitious plan, she will solve this cold case. This book, I made some notes of what I want to tell you about it. It's really suspenseful series. I couldn't stop listening to these until I finished the whole series, and it was so much fun. I'm glad that it was one I waited until all three were written because they end on really good cliffhangers, and if I had not waited, I would have been going insane waiting for the next book to come out. The setting is really cool because they're in up in Vermont, and it's beautifully written and it's like you can see the place as you listen to the book or read the book, and it's kind of like going there, so it's really cool. The mystery, there's actually several mysteries involved in this that all connect, but they're very interesting, and the story goes back and forth from the present day to 1936 when the Truly Devious crimes first happened. And I'm going to share, this is the ebook, and as you can see, it looks really cool. And I'm going to read this little riddle that's repeated, and there's actually several riddles in the book that Stevie has to figure out, but this is one riddle that opens. Federal Bureau of Investigation, photographic image of a letter received at Ellingham residence on April 8th, 1936. Look, a riddle. Time for fun. Should we use a rope or gun? Knives are sharp and gleam so pretty. Poison slow, which is a pity. Fire is festive. Drowning's slow. Hanging's a ropey way to go. A broken head, a nasty fall, a car colliding with a wall. Bombs make a very jolly noise, such ways to punish naughty boys. What shall we use? We can't decide, just like you cannot run or hide. Ha ha, Truly Devious. So that's the start of the book. But what I wanted to talk about in this book talk was about mental health in Truly Devious. This is a diverse read, and it talks about Stevie's dealing with anxiety and depression, and her journey with that is very accurately portrayed. She struggles sometimes to sleep at night with uncontrollable thoughts and worries. She worries about having a panic attack, and she has to take medicine for her anxiety and depression. I also bookmark really quick a part I wanted to talk about when Stevie wakes up at night with bad thoughts, and I think it's a really accurate example of what it feels like to have anxiety and wake up at the night and not be able to go back to sleep because you're having thoughts just roaming around in your head. Why was she thinking like this? Because that is what brains do. They think. Her brain attic was full of new and strange things. She had not been able to classify and sort yet. Stevie couldn't feel guilty for her thoughts, and she couldn't engage all of her thoughts. That was something they taught you in anxiety therapy. The thoughts may come, but you don't have to chase them all. It was sort of the opposite of good detective work, in which you have to follow every lead. So what I liked about how this book portrayed anxiety and depression was, first of all, it's not treated like Stevie's crazy or like something's weird because she has this. It's treated like an illness as it is. It's just a mental illness that she has to learn to control, and she has to learn how to manage. And it kind of reminded me of if people back in the day were reading The Babysitter's Club, the book The Truth About Stacy, where Stacy tells her friends that she has juvenile diabetes, and it talks about what that was like for her to have diabetes, and or actually she finds out she has it in the book, like what all she had to do to take care of having diabetes and to stay healthy. And it kind of reminded me of that, because The Truth About Stacy made diabetes something that was normalized, and that's what this book does as well. I also like that as the character progresses throughout the series, Stevie's grows in managing her depression and anxiety better and better. And finally, I wanted to talk about the relaxation techniques she uses. She uses various techniques throughout the series to deal with her anxiety, and they're described really, really well. If you're reading the book or listening to the book and you also experience these kinds of things, you could easily learn how to use these useful strategies when you're having symptoms from those problems. So I highly recommend this book. I feel like it honestly shares experiences as somebody who is dealing with mental illness or with anxiety and depression. And so I recommend it. It's a diverse read. Thank you.